As you go deep into the swimming pool, okay, it will be more, right? So what I am saying is, you have to take the stone, you throw the stone there only, okay, where the level of water is just above your knee, okay, right? Then what should you do is, you try to lift that stone from water again. Are you getting? Yes. So when you try to lift that stone from water, what happens is, as long as the stone is within water, you will feel to lift it very easily. Means the actual weight of the stone is not felt. Okay, actual weight of the stone is not felt. Actual weight of the stone is not felt. So what is the reason for this? Okay, so what is the reason for that also? What is the reason for this? For not feeling the actual weight of the stone. So I hope by this time you came to a conclusion in your mind. So what is the point that we are going to discuss now? That is nothing but our new lesson, that is floating bodies. Floating bodies. Okay. Now we will discuss first. So before going into this floating and all, first we will have to know regarding this reason. Okay, here we have discussed some objects are sinking and some are floating on water. No? Okay, to understand this, we need to know the basic of this concept. That is basic concept. That is what is meant by density. Okay, so what is meant by density? So let us see that one now. So density is defined as the ratio of mass per unit volume of a substance or an object. Okay. So what is density? Density is nothing but the ratio of, what is the ratio of mass per unit of the unit volume of the substance. Okay. So mass per unit volume of the substance. So we need to know about density, okay, capital D, okay, or small, that is mostly indicate the small unit, density, okay, equal to mass per unit volume, okay, so V is equal to mass by volume of the object, mass of the volume. So, what is the SI unit for mass? Kilogram. What is the SI unit for volume? Cubic meter. Meter cube. Okay. So, therefore, SI unit equal to kg per meter cube. So this is our concept of density. So how do you define density? Density is defined as the ratio of mass per unit volume of a substance. We call this as mass density. What is that? We call it as mass density. So like that, so mass of the substance or mass of the object by volume of the object. Right. So SI unit of mass is kilogram and volume is cubic meter or meter cube. So finally we write it as kg per meter cube. Right, very nice. So what is our situation? That means if you are taking a block of wood and a block of iron, okay, whose volumes you don't know. Okay, so when volumes are unknown, so how to decide which object is heavy, which object is what do we have? Suppose you are given two stones or two objects or two blocks, which one is made up of one material, another one is made up of another material. Okay. So just by by density, that means suppose if you are asked which of them is heavier, just by feeling you can tell. Suppose if you are asked for density, okay, right, if both are weighing the same, suppose if both are weighing the both weighing same, so both weight is same, then how to decide about the density? How will you decide about density? Because both are weighing the same and you don't know about volume. Okay, you don't know about volume and weight is same. So how can you decide it's a density? So for that we have a method called as relative density. Here we have another concept called what? Relative density. So what is meant by relative density? Let us see now. Okay. So let us define what is relative density. So relative density. Okay. This is RD. We indicate it with RD. So relative density is defined as the ratio of density of the substance to density of water. Okay. So density of object by density of water. Okay. So here, what is the concept here? Density of object by density of water. So it is nothing but again equal to density of object is what? Mass of object by volume of object. So by mass of water by volume of water. So this is the case. Okay, ma? So relative density is defined as density or it is the ratio of density of an object to the density of water. So try to imagine or try to analyze what is the SI unit of this one then. So what could be the SI unit of relative density? What could be the SI unit of relative density? Just you think of clear of this. So there are certain quantities or physical quantities in our topic, in our science or physics, consider which don't have units. Okay, which don't have what? Don't have units. They do not have units. Right. So what we are discussing here is actually when volumes are unknown. So then what we should do? We have to take a fixed volume. Okay, fixed volume of water. Then what we do is let us see here. Okay. So finally, as it is density and density. Okay, SI unit equal to what? No unit. Okay. If you do not have any unit, so no unit. Okay. It doesn't have unit because what? Density by density. So what will you get here? That is kg meter cube by kg meter cube. So you cancel both. Yes or no? So that is the reason why relative density has no unit. So do you remember any such thing earlier? What we discussed there? So relative density has no unit. So what is the reason? Because why relative density is not having a unit? Because it is the ratio of same physical quantity. Means what? It is the ratio of density and density. Density of the object may be varying, of course. Okay, density of one object by density of water. So this unit by this unit. So same units or same physical quantity get cancelled. So it is only a ratio. So finally, you can conclude that relative density has no units and it will have only a ratio. Okay, right. So can you imagine any other? So as we have discussed the topic called optics, like reflection of light under or reflection of light on curved surfaces. So during that topic, somewhere I would have mentioned you this refractive index. Refractive index means what? It is the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to speed of light in a medium. To speed of light in a medium. So this is given as C by V. Okay. So speed and speed, meter per second. So refractive index also, okay, no units. It also do not have any units. So this is the another physical quantity. Okay, just I am reminding you. This is the another physical quantity in physics which we have discussed recently regarding the topic, that is what is that one? Reflection of light at a curved surface. So if I have not told all those, just you remember this. Okay, there are many such physical quantities which do not have units in physics, but for time being you remember only these two enough. Okay, so refractive index is defined as the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to speed of light in a medium, right? So that is for as it is also ratio of the same physical quantity. Okay, so it also has no unit. So that also not having any unit. Okay, now coming to our topic, that is relative density. Okay, relative density. Okay, so now what I have said, when volumes are not known, so what we do is we measure the volume of this object. Suppose if the volume, alright. So if the volume, suppose if the object is a regular one, okay, if the object is a regular, suppose this is roughly rectangular in shape. So for this you can measure the volume. But if the object is irregular, okay, or so if object is irregular, volume is determined with a measuring jar. So how will you do this? So simply I will say, see, just you can immerse. Suppose you have a measuring jar like this, or measuring cylinder. Somewhere in your lower classes you might have come across. So here we have marking. Okay, this is your measuring cylinder or measuring jar. Okay, you pour some water into this initially. Okay, so you have to pour some water and then note the initial level. Okay, initial level of water. Okay, so let it be x. Now what you are doing is you have to dip the stone. Okay, you have to dip that particular object or stone into this something, whatever it is, of that particular irregular object. Okay, what is that? Irregular shaped object. So that what happens is the level of the water rises. The level of the water rises. This is the final level. So let it be y. So now to know the volume of this object which is irregular, what will you do? we have taken the initial level of water, final level of water. Okay, this is in cc ml. Yes or no? So we subtract this one from this one. So what we will do? Y minus x. Okay, cc or ml. Okay, ml. 2 centimeter. Y minus x ml. That will be the volume of this unknown substance or volume of the object which is irregular in shape, right? So just keep in mind this one because we are going to use this in the topic or this lab activity what we are going to discuss now to find the relative density of a solid. Okay. So let us try to summarize this. Okay, so this is the method how to find the what volume of irregular shaped object. Regular shaped length into breadth into height. Finish volume we can calculate. But if the object is an irregular shaped one, so this is the method what you have to do. But here one condition is there. The solid or the substance which we are using in this method that should be insoluble in water. Yes, point to be noted, Your Honor. Okay. So the substance or the object what we are going to use or try to find the volume with the help of this method that should be insoluble in water. Why sir? Why means if it is soluble, there is no meaning. That means our purpose is not served. Our purpose is not served because once you dip that soluble, that will melt into the water. There is no use, no. Yeah. So that's why here the condition is that one should be insoluble in water. Then only you have to take water. Okay. Right. So now we will move to the next topic. That is first we have to find the weight of volume of the substance. Okay. So for this, what we are doing relative density. Okay, relative density of finding what? Finding relative density of a solid. Right. This is our topic. Okay. Right. Now I will drop this one also. So this is a comparative density. It is not the actual density, but it is compared with the density of water. So what is relative density? Actually, it is the comparative density of the substance when compared with the density of water. So now what we are doing here is we take a fixed volume of water. Okay. So because if we summarize this one, so what we had mass by volume. Okay. The mass of object. Mass by volume by mass by volume. So that means finally what we get? Mass of object. Okay, mass of object. Volume of object. Mass of water. Volume of water. Okay. So here we write so mass of object by volume of object. So mass of object by volume of object. So how you are getting the volume of object? By immersing that into a measuring cylinder, okay, or the water, right? So into reciprocal of this volume of water, then by mass of water, Yes or no? Right. So if we are taking the fixed volume, okay, if we are taking the fixed volume, then what happens? mass of object or weight of object, weight of, okay, like it, mass or weight of object by mass or weight of equal volume of water. So just by knowing, okay, knowing the mass of mass of or weight of the object, and by knowing the mass of equal volume of water. So what is this one? Okay, let us see this one now. Okay, now you have to find the relative density of an object. So what you are doing is, okay, to know the volume of a irregular solid. Okay, irregular solid. What you are doing is, you take a overflow vessel or overflow jar, right? Then you place a 50 ml at least, okay, 50 ml cylinder, measuring the here, okay, like this. So this is your 50 ml. Beaker, okay, beaker. Let's say. Now what you are doing here is, you have to immerse. You have to immerse the object whose relative density you have to find. Okay, to know its volume. To know its what? Volume. Means you can't draw the hand now. Okay. So you are making it to draw, and then with the help of the overflow vessel. Okay. Now this is the weight. Okay, volume of water. So this is the volume of water. Overflow, or which is our volume of water. Overflow. Right. Okay, ma'am. See what we are doing here first. First we take the weight of the object. So weight of solid we are taking. So weight of solid. This is the first thing. Then what we are doing is, we need to take the volume of the solid, but volume we don't know. Okay, volume of the solid we don't know. So what we did is, we put this solid into a container, or what is this one? This is overflow jar. This is overflow jar or overflow vessel. That means here this outlet is there, no? Okay, through it the water will flow. Now you are making the object to immerse into water completely or sink into water completely, so that the fluid or the liquid or water which is coming out will be immersed completely. We are collecting in a small jar, in a vessel. Okay, so now this quantity of water is equal to the volume of this one. So this water overflow. Okay, now water overflowed, is equal to the volume of the solid. Now, okay, see here what we want actually. Do we want the volume of solid actually? Sorry. overflow water. Do we want the volume of the overflow water? No, it is not. We want what? Weight of this one. Yes. So that's why we have to weigh this one. So weight of solid. So weight of, okay, empty beaker. Okay, this is the second one we have to take. Then weight of beaker plus water. Beaker plus overflowed water. Then weight of overflowed water. So how will you get this weight of overflowed water? So this is third one. Okay. Now 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2. 3 means what? We give you the weight of volume of water. Weight of overflowed water. Weight of overflowed water. Okay, finish. So now we can calculate. Now you see. So what did we do? First we have taken a unknown solid. Okay, or a what is that? Particular solid, irregular solid. Okay. So irregular solid we have taken, and then we have taken a what is this? Overflow jar. Okay, overflow jar. Then we need to know the volume of this one because it is irregular. It is irregular in shape. Okay, so it is not regular shape. Okay, so it is something like this. So as it is irregular, we don't have clarity regarding its length, breadth, or height. So we are finding its volume by immersing it in water with the help of a overflow jar. Okay. Then instead of that earlier one, here we collect the water here, overflowing water. So this is exactly equal to the volume of this one. Yes or no? So this is exactly equal to the volume of this solid object. Okay. One bit is changed now. Right, friends. So here, so finding the relative density of solid. So what we are doing here? So we need to find the mass of the object. So mass of the object with the help of a spring balance we can find. Okay. With the help of what is the one? Weight of solid by using the spring balance. The object is small. Or you can use this electronic weight or weighing pan to find the weight of the object. That is not a matter. Okay. Now coming to what here, weight of actually equal volume of water. Equal volume of water means what is that one? Weight of volume of water which is equal to the volume of the solid. Okay, listen once again carefully. So this is the measure, this is the overflowing jar. This is the solid which is irregular. We need to find the volume. So we dip into it the water. Okay, or we dip to the substance or the what is that one? Irregular solid, such that it sinks into water completely. Now the water which is overflowed, we are collecting into a separate beaker. Okay, weight. Okay, find the weight of this empty beaker. Then find the weight of this beaker plus water. Okay, see weight of empty beaker. Then weight of beaker plus overflowed water. That means this one only. Okay, this overflowed water is what It is the volume of, it is the water equal to the volume of the solid. Okay, what it is? This water is exactly, it is the volume, or it is the water equal to the volume of the solid. Water equal to the volume of the solid. Now we need its weight now. Okay, we need the weight of, what? We need the weight of water which is equal to the volume of the solid, because here what we have in the formula, mass of the object by mass of water. Mass of water means which water? Weight of or mass of equal volume of this water means equal volume of the stone. That means the volume or the weight of water which is equal to the volume of the stone, right? So come here again. So here we are calculating the weight of overflowed water. So weight of overflowed water means what? It is nothing but the weight of equal volume of the water. Of what? Of what? Equal volume of water means what? Volume of or weight of water whose volume is equal to the volume of the stone or volume of the substance or volume of the solid. Yes or no? Right. So by calculating this, we can find the fluid density, because every time we need not go with the volume. We take a fixed volume of this one water and then find the weight of the object and find the volume of that water which is equal to the volume of the unknown or that solid, irregular solid. Then just divide it by one. We get the relative density of a solid. Okay, man? So that is what. So once again, I revert this. What is relative density? Before going to that, what is density? Density is the ratio of mass per unit volume of a substance. Mass per unit volume of a substance. But relative density is defined as density of an object by density of water. Density of an object by density of water. Very simple concept. See, you go with the basic definition. So density of object is what? Mass of the object by volume of the object. This one. Then this one. Okay. So again, density of water is what? Mass of water by volume of water. Then unit. If you write the unit, kg per meter cube. So kg per meter cube cancel. So therefore, relative density has no unit. Relative density has no unit. So from that we simplify this formula. So to find the relative density of a solid, finally, if we are able to know the mass of the object or the weight of the object and the weight of its equal volume of water, weight of equal volume of this one. Okay. So that means while knowing the volume of the object, so what the method we are following to know this one, to get this quantity, we are taking a overflow jar with pour some water into it and then immerse that particular solid, okay, such that it sinks into water completely. Then collect that water which is overflowed and measure the weight of that water which is equal to the volume of the substance. Equal to the volume of the substance. Then we get the weight of equal volume of water. So equal volume of water is this one. Okay. The volume of this water is equal to the volume of this immersed solid. So we take its weight. So to take that weight, how do we do? We first take the what is the empty weight of the beaker. Okay, some around 50 ml beaker. So first we take the empty weight of the beaker. Then we take the weight of beaker plus water, so that we get the weight of water. Weight of water which is overflowed. That's all. So divide this one by this one. We get the relative density of the substance. So this is one method. And the table is there. You are go to that table. Okay, not necessary. So if you have understood this concept, we will proceed to the next concept. So that is here. What we have solid. So if it is for liquid, what will you do? One small shape. We use the same formula, but here measuring the volume of equal weight of equal volume of water. So one small method difference. We have to take a bottle. Okay, right. That we will explain in the next topic. Hope I have you have understood this. Okay, thank you for listening. We will discuss tomorrow. Bye.